So guess what? Try to work out a payment plan or something. Do something. Save yourself. Save yourself. Because no one's gonna save you, bro. So what I have to do here now, because this is to my actuators that blew up. All right, it takes a million times to figure it out, but it's a puzzle. Even I can't even do it. Wait, yeah, I can, because I just did it. Bam. That includes my reels. So I still have to hook my power up to my machine, that power up to my machine, and my hoses up to my bottles, and then officially, she's done.
Whoa! Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball.
Welcome to Wally's Welding World. I'm the Weld Professor. If you didn't know, now you know. Today's the day. You don't want to miss the episode. What am I doing? I'm dressing the rig out because I need it to go anywhere, and it's ready to go anywhere. With the tires and the rims and the shocks, I'm ready to jump and launch over any existence there is to happen. You want me on the job? That's why they're calling, and guess what? It's time to get it going because it's time to go. So this is my box, guys. So this is it, completely empty. Let me just give you a rundown of how this box is gonna go. I have an assortment here of all my welding rods that I like to keep in here. I keep a lot of my torches and stuff in here. I'll keep my rollers right here for the pipe. I'll keep my beveling machines right here. I can keep a 8 to 6. I can keep a 12 to a 8. I can also carry a 2 to 4 beveling machine. This is where I carry all my hand tools to work, right here. I have my squares. I got my wedges usually, my strikers. You can see all my screws down here where I keep all my discs. Yeah, so this box is real thorough for me. I like it, it works. You know, I'm able to hang my grinders in here, keep my grinders in here, put my universal clamps in here as well. I can fit my 12-inch one in, I can fit two 12-inch ones in here. I can fit both my 4 inches in here. Well, they're like 4 to 8, but yeah, you get the point. And then my little tiny ones, they fit in here as well too. And then I'm also able to fit some other little grinders in here, like a long neck die grinder and a couple little small grinders, like a small body end grinder. You know what I mean? All right, so that's just the box. Got to get it up and going. Save yourself. No one's gonna save you, bro. You ain't going nowhere without any grinders. So equip yourself with some grinders. Now, a lot of the time I don't use these grinders with guards on them. Of course they come with guards, but I don't like to use the guards, so I'm not using the guards. I have a very particular place I like to set my grinders. Right here and right here. Those are the home of my grinders. The cord, I need it to come out quickly as possible, so I don't like to wrap it around my grinders. I like to be able to grab my grinders and go. So it's easy for me to just wrap my cords and set them right there. So these are kind of like cases that I keep all my rods in, so that way they don't get damaged. A lot of times water will seep into them. It'll ruin a 200 can of rods. Universal clamp. This is my 12-inch universal clamp, or whatever kind of clamp you want to call it. Right here. Everything has its own home. Spud wrench. You always got to have yourself a Klein spud wrench. It's always good for working flanges, you know, working things with holes and maneuvering them. Also my wide throat Sweden-made Baco. I like to keep a couple of those on me here. Levels, levels, levels. Gotta have your levels, because sometimes when you're leveling stuff, you gotta have 10 levels to make sure 10 things are level all at once before you make that final tack. I like to stack all my levels here. They live right here. I like it. And then sometimes when I'm working, if I don't want to reach over right here, I can put my levels right here. Chain clamp, chain vise. In order to store a chain vise properly, you got to know how to store it properly. Boom, 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 boom. The big torch. There's a big torch. You wouldn't even believe it, but they get tucked and stored down here. There's 2 little shelves for these babies. And then I keep my hose repair kit right here, because sometimes you need I'll keep the quick connects in there for my torches. I'll keep the quick connect connections for my oxygen acetylene bottles. So you also want a little storage right here, but we're not done with our torches. Let me grab my other ones. And then you have your barrel torches, your baby torch and your big torch. Again, these have a certain home. So before this one can go in, this one always has to go in. I have it diagonally slid there, and then I have it against the wall. So that way, this is my torch compartment. You have your tight body grinder. Tight body means it can get into tight spaces. I have a little home for it right there like that. And then I kind of just grab the cord like this. And they're real simple, guys. All right, next, the thing that I got going on my truck is 3 of them, but I got 2 in my hands. My 8 to 6 beveler is all I use this for. I cut 8-inch pipe, I cut 6-inch pipe with it. And this is my 2 to 4. And my 2 to 4 has got a short bridge, and then I carry a long bridge. Sometimes I use the short bridge on this, sometimes I use the long bridge on this, but these are 2 of my main bevelers made by Matthew Dearman. And yeah, they do the job. So this beveling machine lives right here. And this goes in right there like that. So these are your little wing nuts that connect your bridges. I don't really like to travel with my bridges on my beveling machines. I have broken them traveling with them on, so I just try to keep them off. A lot of people don't like to keep their wing nuts on too, because they'll back off. Just make sure if you got them on there, you got them on there snug enough to where the ride doesn't back them off. Because you don't want to lose them. You don't want them getting all rusted to where you can't put them back on here. And where I like to park my baby beveler, can you guys guess? Nope, over here. Actually goes this way. Now I got beveling machines for days. This one I used to store on the truck, but I don't keep it on the truck anymore. That's my 20 to 14-inch pipe beveler. I can cut anything from 20-inch to 14-inch, and this is my 12-inch. And then this puppy literally lives right here. You gotta have this big beveler to cut that 12-inch pipe. If you don't, then that's what's gonna separate you from the rest of the people. When you're welding a lot of pipe, you gotta be able to grind the pipe and you gotta be able to clean the pipe. I have all these screws here. See that? And everything will screw on like that. Or 2, you know, wherever I can. And then wire wheels. Gotta stay stocked up. So yeah, it's not completely dressed out in here, but in order to get the job done, have the welding, have the grinding, have the cutting, have the rolling, have the leveling. That's the main gist of welding pipe. There's a couple other things I need to add in here. A striker to strike the spark for these, some wedges to wedge the pipe. Not really too much else. I'm asked all the time if I got a striker, and my answer always is nope. Some more, the other universal clamp I keep on me, this one's for little pipe, like 1-inch to 2-inch, and then sometimes I like to grab the 2-inch pipe with one of these, just quick, easy access pipe. Sometimes you can't get a clamp like this on there, and you're gonna need to resort to something like this. So these are wedges. I use all kinds of different wedges. Sometimes I make my own wedges. They have their own home. So I keep the flathead with the strikers because that's the tool that uses to adjust those, and that's their home. Now we got it all unbolted. I'm gonna have to pull that machine out. Gotta make sure everything's clear. Gotta pull my bottles. Everything's coming off this rig now. We're making the switch. It might be a little bit of a challenge, but I'm always up for a challenge. Get yourself a dolly and dolly it where you need. So that's argon. Only the argon bottle goes up there. They scare you? And then I reach in here and tighten them, and it's a pain in the ass, but the reason I do that is because I don't want anybody stealing my bottles. So anybody that doesn't know, acetylene is opposite thread. It screws backwards, basically. So it's not counterclockwise to tighten it, it's counterclockwise to tighten, and it's actually clockwise to loosen it. So for anybody that doesn't know. and then I'll get a wrench to tighten that down. Everything is needing greasing and oiling, especially this, but that's all right. For the moment, it'll do. So I made it and designed it to where when it's straight down, that's where it's tight. Companies run you off for not being safe, man. I believe my single goes this way, like that. And then my double will actually go on the other side. And that's how I know, because the top has got a, yeah, notice I got my logo stamped into it. Yeah. That's why it was fitting like. See, that's your Hoosier pull. You need to put anti-seize on these puppies. This one will end up fitting in that hole and getting one in the bottom. That's it. This is how I wanted it. I wanted my reel to be able to go like that. So if I wanted to string out that way, off the back, I could. Or if I wanted it on the side and I wanted to string off to the side, I could. And that's what these are. These are brakes to stop it from pivoting. Pretty cool, huh? So now that I got this reel started, I'll end up hooking it up to my oxygen and my acetylene over there. But let me go ahead and wrap this up since this is kind of in my way. Bam! That includes my reels. So I still have to hook my power up to my machine, that power up to my machine, and my hoses up to my bottles, and then officially she's done. It was that frame hot. She really didn't squat at all. She barely squatted. That's what those heavy duty leaf springs are supposed to do. That's how I'm usually set up. So stoked right about now.
What you got going on, brother?
So hooking up the positive connection power to the positive terminal lead here. That's where my stinger goes. And then I will run my negative, which is where my ground goes. You gotta have the power from the machine if you're gonna do any welding, so that's one of the steps here I have to get done. I don't have time really all the time to make things look beautiful, but thank God I do have somebody that can help me make things beautiful, like Justin with the wiring, with James with the recordings, you know. You gotta rely on people. You can't always do it all by yourself. For so long I've been running hard by myself, guys. I'm just running myself thin, and that's just the realness. Make sure you guys subscribe. That's all I want to say. Yo, what's up, guys? This is my truck. I ended up getting it lifted here on the front, 4.5-inch suspension lift with some Icon shocks. I put the 22s with the 37 Kendas. You can see I got my oxygen acetylene, my argon, my extension, and then my hose to reel out on the Magnum reels, baby. Put my rollout out because sometimes you're gonna need to roll something out, and always keep that vise there because you never know when you gotta tighten it up and grind it down. It's all about power, baby. Without power, you ain't going nowhere. Got my positive and my negative reels on here with my leads, all hooked up to my machine now. Got my power going there, got my wireless remote, and of course, something to put that fire out after I start it. So this is my rig, guys. I hope you like it. I mean, I like it. I love it because I built it with my own hands. It's my pride and joy, baby.
Cut.
Everything's gonna be alright.
Caution, the content featured in these videos includes stunts and specialized work that may involve hazardous or potential life-threatening outcomes. Viewers are strongly advised against attempting any of the activities depicted at home. We assume no responsibility for any actions emulated or imitated by you or anyone who has viewed these videos produced by The Weld Professor. It is crucial to note that we are trained professionals and we empathetically discourage any attempts to replicate the showcased activities without proper expertise and safety measures. Your well-being is our top priority, and we advocate responsible viewing.